A Charlotte County Sheriff's deputy has been fired after he was accused of having an affair with another man's fiancée. All of this while he was on duty. According to a newly released internal affairs investigation, Deputy Robert Tuck met with the woman often, even doing so inside different undercover cars. Tuck was also reprimanded back in 2016 for improperly searching for personal information on a state database. Consumer alert: TSA security screeners had their hands full during the holiday season. The agency says they screened more than 42 million passengers passing through airports across the country. That's a new record for the TSA. Security workers also screened close to 31 million bags during that same period. That's counted from December 15th to January 2nd. But the agency says they still managed to keep wait times below 20 minutes for 97% of passengers. Deputies were called to a domestic disturbance in San Carlos Park on Saturday afternoon. ABC7's Alexis Santos tells us how that scene turned deadly. Federal aviation officials are investigating after a JetBlue Airways flight to the Dominican Republic returned to Logan International Airport for an unusual odor coming out of the airplane. The airline says passengers and crew members reported not feeling well during Saturday's flight. The flight was in the air for about an hour and 15 minutes before landing. In a statement, the Federal Aviation Administration said that this matter is under investigation. What a beautiful sight looking at that, seeing high 70s for the next couple of days.
I know, right?
Last couple of weeks.
That's how it should be.
Can't wait.
That's why we're in Florida.
Absolutely. Thanks for being with us. News and weather, ABC7.com. Have a great day.
That's right. The award show is the first since the explosion of the Me Too movement, and many celebrities will show solidarity by wearing black. ABC's Chris Connolly has the latest. This is not the first sex assault case involving a Southwest Florida doctor. Last May, a Lee Health employee heard from a coworker that a doctor assaulted 2 people at Health Park Hospital. 6 months later, hospital leaders reported the crime. It led to a retraining there. And parts of the Northeast will experience wind chills as low as -20 to -40. Omar Jimenez is in Virginia Beach with the latest on this deep freeze. Well, stay out of the water. A Lee County beach is showing high levels of the bacteria that can make you sick. The swimming advisory will continue until bacteria levels drop. Waters at Tarpon Bay Beach will be retested on Tuesday. But for now, the health department is warning everyone to stay out of the waters there and on Sanibel. Big changes could be coming for vacation rental properties this year. New legislation would change who could regulate these properties. If the Florida Vacation Rental Act is passed, the state would actually be the ones to have that power. For example, on Fort Myers Beach, the town council has that power right now. Those in the rental business say they feel it should stay that way. Today, men and women will compete in the Olympic and sprint triathlon. Get this, that's a mile swim, 25-mile bike ride, and 6-mile run. You want to do it with me?
So impressive.
The event kicks off this morning, and the beach should be clear by the mid-afternoon. In Cape Coral, the city is saving nearly $27 million in interest on loans. The city has refinanced $248 million it owed in water and sewer bonds, and that's saving taxpayers $26.9 million in interest. I mean, you still have the green Christmas colors on, so maybe that's why the cold's following us, right?
And I still have my Christmas tree up. So.
I do too.
We're still in the 12 days, I think.
That's true.
Right. Yeah.
Got a couple more days.
So we could use a gift of warm weather, though. It's been chilly here, but the deep freeze is causing all sorts of misery for folks all across the country. Good news, though, it's supposed to taper off after today, bringing much-needed relief for millions. In Chicago, with Lake Michigan on ice, an eerie skyline, and an empty, windy city, a few brave souls taking on Mother Nature. And in Vermont, the cold weather too much, even for avid skiers. Killington Resort, one of the most popular in the Northeast, closed due to that Arctic air. And the Trump administration released its master plan for securing the border. The total cost will be $33 billion over a 10-year period. $18 billion will be needed for the border wall, according to the Customs and Border Protection documents. ABC7 right now, President Donald Trump is planning a massive expansion of offshore drilling. However, many Floridians worry about oil spills, like the Deepwater Horizon spill back in 2010. Not only did that ruin the beaches, but drove tourists away. President Trump says oil and gas wells in U.S. coastal waters would produce jobs, profits, and energy independence. But Florida politicians from both parties have spoken out strongly against oil and gas drilling off Florida's coast. There's an active scene right now near the intersection of Custer Avenue and Eden Avenue in Immokalee. ABC7's Joe Petrello is live there now at the scene with the latest. The Lee County man accused of orchestrating his wife's murder will be in court later this week. Mark Sievers is scheduled to see a judge on Thursday for a case management hearing. That means his attorney and the prosecutor will update the judge in the case. His wife, Dr. Teresa Sievers, was found murdered in the couple's Bonita Springs home in July of 2015. Prosecutors say that Sievers hired 2 men to kill his wife. One man already took the plea deal. The other man, Jimmy Rogers, is awaiting trial. will also be in court Thursday with his attorney. Some medical marijuana users here in Southwest Florida are livid after U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions trying to nix an Obama-era policy. The shift will change the way legal marijuana is handled throughout the country. This new policy gives federal prosecutors the ability to oversee and crack down on legal pot sales nationwide. Citrus farmers are also preparing for that cold weather. That's because the cold snap could forfeit their crops, causing millions of dollars in lost revenue. So they're doing everything they can to stop that from happening.